love advice. So,
that's my expert. Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I like someone at school. Flushed emoji heart.
Ooh.
And it's been 1 year since I like him. I became his friend, but I don't really see that there is any progress between me and him. How do I riz him up? Dear Lord Fox and Bird.
Oh my gosh, so she's in the friend zone right
Friend
now.
zone right
Okay, girl. Wait, have you ever liked someone who's like your friend, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
And what did you do?
I dated them.
What the fuck?
Okay, this happened a few times. The way it happens is like, I'd be friends with them, I hang out with them all the time, they do everything together, and then you just kind of realize that you enjoy your time together more than with anyone else, and you're just like, you know what? Well, the way I do, I was like, you want to just like start dating and see how it goes? Like, I think it's more awkward if you say, yo, like, I have a crush on you, you know, and I really want to date you. I think that's more awkward, because if they say no, then you're like, really, you've weirded out your friendship. But if as you're getting close with them and stuff, you get close for a long time, like a year or something, and then you're like, well, you know what? Like, I feel really close to you. And like, I don't know if this is weird or anything, but have you ever considered like dating me ever? Or anyone like me or whatever? And that's what I've done, and then they're normally like, yeah. And then...
Normally.
Yeah. I'm not saying this to flex, but I've never been rejected before.
Wow, Mysta. For the majority of us who have been rejected, let me come through the door
maybe.
right now. Okay, don't worry, guys. I got you. Okay.
Maybe my advice is good then.
Speaking for the uglies and for the, a little bit inadequates of the world, yeah, I'm here for you. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being rejected. It makes you stronger. You're more powerful. Every single rejection you go through, you become better and stronger than everyone else around you. Okay.
True.
There's number one, okay? Number two, you know what? Like Mysta said, just go for it. My biggest problem was that I could never just like go for it because I'm too in my head and I'm just like, oh my god, like, you know, there comes to a point where I'm just like, oh my god, they wouldn't like me, or like I would just like, hinder their life because, low-key I hate myself. But also there will come to like some point where I'll start picking on them too. I'll be like, oh, like this person, they can't do this, they can't do that, like I'm gonna be miserable. You start finding all these reasons as why you shouldn't, but the biggest reason is just because I'm a pussy. That's about it. A long last. I think you start realizing that relationships are more serious once you get out of high school, and like school in general, in my opinion. I think
I like to see it as the same way as getting like a pet for the first time, right? Like, I'm not comparing people to pets or whatever, but like imagine a dog, right? But for both genders, I'm not trying to be weird. Imagine a dog, right? When you get a dog, some bad owners, do you know what they do? They say they want a dog, and then they get a dog, but they never prepared for it, and they don't have the facilities or time to invest into the dog, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you get into a relationship because you just have a crush on them, but you don't have the foundation in your life to warrant being in a relationship, it's going to end, and you will be sad, they will be sad, and you've done everything for nothing. And that is the worst feeling, because then it's like, what if in the future, if I was still friends with this person, we both set in life, we could have like dated, but now I feel like maybe there's no chance because we've dated before and we think it's never gonna happen, right? And sure, you can have a crush on them, and then maybe they end up going out with someone else, and that feels like shit. But again, these relationships normally don't last, right? And the people you have a crush on at that time doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. And don't get into a relationship when you're not ready. I have fucking done it. Like, I know I said, like, oh my god, I never been rejected. I've been in quite a few relationships, okay? And the reason why I say that's not a flex is because they fucking ended. And you know how if you've experienced a breakup before, it's fucking bad, man. It feels like shit. And getting into too many relationships too quickly was one of my worst things The worst thing I could ever fucking do. Don't do that, man. It sucks. I know you want to be like, man, I need someone nearby, but it's not worth it, man. It's not. Be realistic.
Well, I think honestly, I don't disagree with what you say, but I don't think it's not worth. Like you are much more mature after.
I think it's only worth
experiencing-
it. Like it's only worth it if you acknowledge that there is a high chance that it could fail, and you're not like delusional. Because if you are like that, then when it does happen, you've learned something. Like that means the next relationship you're in, you actually learned something. I feel like a lot of people in school, they really have this mindset that their first love is going to be their last. Like, oh my god, love at first sight.
Yeah, I do think that's like a little bit of a stretch.
I had that.
Like most.
I did have that, admittedly. And then it just
I kind
didn't
of had
turn out
that
well.
too. I think if it's your first relationship, you're gonna probably like get wishy-washy with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad my first relationship was not my last one because oh my god. You know where I had my first kiss? In a hotel, like in a hotel lobby. I don't even know which hotel. It was terrible.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like no warning. The guy just looked both ways as if we were crossing the streets because his mom was there. He was trying to look for if his mom was nearby, and then he just like kissed me, and then I was just like, "What just fucking happened?" I thought we were gonna go eat dinner, and that was my first ever kiss. I was in my head, I was like, "Oh, Christmas tree lights, snowfall."
Yeah, like the
under
romantic.
the mistletoe.
Yeah.
The fucking hotel lobby that I can't remember the hotel of. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
that was like the same for me, actually. Like, not in a hotel. It was, I don't know if it was worse, but it was outside a fucking chip shop. Like a fish and chip shop.
Shit.
Like,
British.
we were like parting ways. And like, she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go now. Are you gonna give me a kiss? And I was like, whoa, kiss? I don't know how to fucking do that. And then like, they gave me a kiss with like tongue for the first time. Like, it was my first kiss and it was tongue, right?
Shit.
And I legitimately wanted to vomit.
Why?
Because
Not brush your teeth?
it was like not a feeling I was used to, you know? I was like, oh,
You're not ready for it, I guess. Like,
yeah,
mentally
yeah.
prepared.
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't like expecting it to be that sloppy. And, you know, I didn't expect. Ow, fuck. I didn't expect there to be so much saliva wiping after. You know what I mean? And like,
okay, I'm not an expert on kissing, but if it's going everywhere, I
yeah.
don't think that's a proper
yeah, exactly.
kissing.
So I didn't really do anything. I let them kiss me because I didn't know what the fuck to do.
No,
I just
you
kind of
let
leaned
them
in.
eat your face. That's what you did. She was, the fish and chips were not enough. She was like, damn, that was a sad lunch. Let me have seconds.
It was not nice. And then like I didn't really want to have any kisses for a long while after that.
She got traumatized.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel better about mine. Mine was just more like a peck on the lip, and I was just like, wow, damn, that's funny.
Jesus.
I felt more joy from holding hands. I was like, oh my god, I'm holding hands with somebody.
Oh my god, holding hands for the first time, my heart raced so hard.
My hands were so sweaty.
Yes, same.
I'm nasty
So
as fuck. I was just like, shit. I promise you, my hands are not sweaty by default.
とてもいいような夜だけどどよめききらめきと君も